This video is going to help you doing some input, output, and some rules. First, we're going to do some reminders and clarifications because I've seen people having difficulties with these. If I put 0 in as an input, that means as my x. That does not always mean that y is going to be a 0. Example, right here, if I put a 0 in for x, that means 3 times 0, so y does equal 0 in that particular case. Over here, if I put a 0 in for x, I've got 0 plus 4, which equals 4. Over here, I got 10 minus 0, which equals 10. Down here, I have 5 plus 2 times 0, which would be 5 plus 0, which just equals 5. So if x is 0, that does not automatically make y 0 also. Exponents mean take the base number times itself that many times. 10 squared equals 10 times 10. X squared equals x times x. So if I had 2 to the third power, that would mean 2 times itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2, which would give me 2, 4, 8. A number in front of the x means to multiply it that number of times times the x. 4x means 4 times x. So if this says y equals 5x, and I'm supposed to solve if x equals 4, that means I'm going to put 5 times 4, which equals 20. Try this one over. Y equals 3x, solve if x equals 9. That means I'm going to put a 9 in there, so I have 3 times 9, which equals 27. Another thing, I still have to follow order of operation rules. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So what do I do first in each of these cases? I got 5 minus 2x. I'm doing the 2 times x first. Y equals 3 plus 5x. I'm doing the 5x first because that's 5 times x. X divided by 3 minus 1. Division comes before subtracting. Y equals 4 minus x times x. I got parentheses, so I'm doing it first. And after I get that, I'm going to multiply it times x. All right, we have some input-output ones to check out. When I have this, it just means I'm going to take this number for x and put it right in there. So I got 4x, that would be 4 times 0 equals 0. Try the 5 in there. We got 4 times 5, which equals 20. And let's try the 2 in there. 4 times 2, that would just be 8. Y equals x plus 9. Remember, I'm just putting the x in, so 1 plus 9 gets me 10. Let's try the 5. 5 plus 9 equals 14. Put a 0. 0 plus 9 equals 9. Oh, in this case we have the input-output boxes filled in, but I do not have a rule up here for what y equals. So I kind of have to guess some stuff at the beginning and just figure out if that's going to work. So I can see I'm starting with a 0 and I went up to 7. So that usually means if I went up, I either multiplied or I added. And 0 times anything equals 0, so I don't think it's going to be that. So 0 plus something equals 7 plus 7. Let's try it in these other ones. So 5 plus 7 also equals 12. And 3 plus 7 equals 10. So look what I'm taking. I have a plus 7, but that's not my whole rule, because what did I add 7 to? The x. So my rule would be y equals x plus 7. Let's try another one. Okay, I went from 0 to 0. So we're probably multiplying because we're not doing plus 0, because if I did plus 0, this would still be staying at 5. So times something. And I don't have any idea because 0 times any number equals 0. So I'm going to go on to the other two. 5 times something equals 15. 5 times 3 would work. 2 times 3 is 6. 0 times 3 equals 0. So my rule is going to be y equals the x times 3. Or if you wanted to write it this way, y equals 3x. All right, we're going from 2 to a 9, so we're multiplying or adding. And it looks like there's nothing I can multiply 2 times to get to 9. What if I add? So 2 plus 7 equals 9. But 5 plus 7 does not equal 24, so that must not be it. Is there something it's close to that's just a little bit off? So if I try multiplying and adding, or multiplying and subtracting, so let's see, what would be close to 9? It would be 10. So I could take my 2 times 5 is 10. But then I don't want plus 1, I would want minus 1. See if that will work for this next one. I'm going to put the 5 in. 5 times 5 is 25. Minus 1 gets me to 24. Try it with the 3. 3 times 5 minus 1. 3 times 5, 15. Minus 1 gets me 14. So I'm taking x times 5 and then subtracting 1. So y equals 5x minus 1. This time my numbers are getting smaller, so that tells me I must be dividing or subtracting. So I got minus 1, 2 minus 1 equals 1, but if I do 10 minus 1, that doesn't get me to 5. So let's try division. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So my rule was I took whatever x was and divided it by 2.